Hey, this is Randy from BibleBuyingGuide.com. Today I'm taking a look at the CSB Scripture Notebook from Holman. I have Hebrews, Mark, and Acts. And I'm sure I'm going to call this a journal set instead of a Scripture Notebook. I'm sure they named it differently because of copyright issues. But you know me, I've only got a few words that I can remember, so I'll probably end up calling it by the wrong thing. But this is the CSB. It's a 2020 edition of the CSB. And it is a journal, scripture journal, with text on one side and ruled lines on the other, so that you can make notes. And the cover is paper, and it's creased, scored, so that it'll help stay open. The text itself, the text block itself, is Smythe sewn in sections. I think this paper is about 100 GSM. A little bit of a cream color, no glare under direct light. Does have a little bit of show through, but it's so little that it doesn't matter. Easy to write on. This is excellent paper for note taking. Any kind of tools you want to use, it's excellent for that. It's printed in China using Bible serif designed by 2K Denmark. 2K Denmark is amazing. 11-point font, really dark font. I love this font with lots of space between the lines. So if you underline, make little notes, little arrows, and that sort of thing, it's no problem at all to write anything you want there. Wide margins on the outside, about an inch, about a half inch that you can actually use on the inside. There's this little bend that makes it a little bit difficult to get further into the inner margin, but it's not too bad. And once you get it to stay open, it won't fight against you. You might have to lay something there, but it will stay open finally. Eventually, you can press it down, and it's not too bad. It doesn't fight you too bad. So across the top, we've got the page number and the book name and the chapter number. Paragraph format with all the settings for poetic setting. Old Testament quotes are in bold, as we see here. And then section headings are in bold italics. Black letter text. There's another Old Testament quote. And I have written in this one, I'm using the Pigma Micron 01 in purple. I like to use purple, blue, different colors other than black, because black can be a little bit too bold for me. And black also has more show through. But here's the show through we have here. There's my note. And there's the show through. 33 lines. And they are solid lines. They're lightly printed, so they do stand out, but they're not dark, so they're not a problem. And there is no other information in it. In the back, it does have a few pages for notes. Some pages have footnotes. Those are placed in the footer across the bottom. So this is Mark. Here's Hebrews. Same thing in the back. We have a few pages for notes. And it includes the bold font for Old Testament quotes. And then there's some poetry, poetic setting. Poetry looks good in these because they break at a good place. I like the way those look. Acts includes, in Acts 15, includes a letter. Letters are indented, so they stand out from the text. I like that when they do this. So there's Acts. Now the overall size, I'm not going to bother weighing these. They're really light. The overall size is 5 3/4 by 8. And the thickness, of course, is going to range anywhere from 1/8 of an inch to 1/2 inch, depending on what you get, which ones you get. These are available in individual volumes, or you can get a set. And they look like the ESV and the Thomas Nelson. The ESV and Thomas Nelson are, they look like they're from the same die, same die cut. They're identical in size and shape. That's the ESV paperbacks, and then here is the Thomas Nelson New King James. They all look like they're from the same die. Go ahead and compare these things. While the CSB has 11-point font, the Thomas Nelson has a 12. It also has 100 GSM paper, which is why I think this one is 100 GSM. They feel very similar as far as the thickness, but of course the Thomas Nelson is white in color, or off-white in color. I actually prefer this cream color. It's not a dark cream. I don't like a yellow paper, but this is just a hint of cream. I like this. I actually prefer that to the white, but I like both. Both are fine. And then there's the lines. This one has darker lines and larger lines, while the CSB is more like college rule. There's how they look. I'll zoom in so you can see that. And then here is the ESV, which has the same paper, or similar, same color of paper. Slightly smaller font, and its lines are dotted rather than solid. Show through's about the same on them. Here's how they compare. So if you like to take notes, I recommend the CSB Scripture Notebook. I almost called it a journal. I'm a man of few words. Yeah, I like this. This is excellent for taking notes. These are good for personal study, good for carrying around with you. So if you're going on a trip or whatever, and you just want to take the book you're working with, there you go. And then they're good for, so if you're going through a study series at church, you can just make your notes right in the notebook. Personal study, group study. It's excellent. Excellent, excellent. I'd actually like to see these available with text on both sides of the page, so that it's just a reader. Carry a reader with you. But I understand why they don't do that, because they've got reader's editions. But I like the idea of having reader's editions in single volume. Yeah, highly recommend it. So Holman did provide these in exchange for an honest review. I'll place some links in the notes where you can make a purchase. If you do purchase through my links, I do get part of that sale. That helps me keep BibleBuyingGuide.com running, and I do appreciate that. And I'll place a link to the written review with more information and more photos and that sort of thing. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.